Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. We'll start with prayers. Dear devotees, welcome for today's Srimad Bhagavatam study circle. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्वसे नमः श्रीकृष्णकरुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा. I wish to personally welcome each and every one of you through our Srimad Bhagavatam study circle. Hari Bol. So, Srimad Bhagavatam study circle, we are discussing from the fourth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter number 6. So, this chapter number 6 is entitled as Brahma satisfied Lord Shiva. And what exactly happens is because Daksha did not stop his daughter, Dakshayani or Sati, from committing suicide. It's called Sati Dahan. Because he didn't stop. What exactly happened is Shiva invites Veerabhadra and Veerabhadra destroys the sacrifice of Daksha and he beats up all the Ribu demigods. He beats up Pusha. He destroys Bhrigu and finally he chops off the head of Daksha. And after this, then all the demigods they walk away and they go to Brahma. And Brahma is going to pacify Lord Shiva. So first of all, what has happened till now is Brahma has thoroughly heard what exactly happened. He listens as the Devatas approach Brahma for help. He listens to them very attentively. And after listening, he is going to speak. Okay. So let's see this section. So this is what Brahma is going to speak. Athapi yuyam kritakilvishabhavam ye bharhi shobhagabhajam paradu prasadayadhvam parishuddha chetasa shipra prasadam pragrihitangri padmam. Yeah. Somebody can read. Who would like to read?
Can I read?
Yes, go on.
You have excluded Lord Shiva from taking part in the sacrificial result, and therefore you are all often served at his lotus feet. Still, if you go without mental reservation and surrender unto him and fall down at his lotus feet, he will be very pleased.
So the demigods may ask, this offense is committed by Daksha. Daksha has committed his offense. Why should we suffer? Yes. Oh, that is because you excluded Lord Shiva. Yes. So although the sacrifice is meant for the pleasure of Vishnu, Yajna by Vishnu, but Shiva is the very dear devotee of Vishnu. Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambho. The best among all the Vaishnavas is Shiva. And you have excluded Shiva from the sacrifice. So thus you are offenders. You all have committed offense. And because you all committed offense, that is because of the offense, you are all suffering. Correct? Any offender cannot be happy. Offender has to suffer. So that's what he says. But still, there is a way that you can get rid of this offense. How is that? You go without mental reservations. Very nicely Prabhupada has put. Don't have any mental reservation and just go and surrender unto Shiva. And that is what we have to do. Even if we commit an offense, unto Vaishnava, then we have to go without mental reservations and go and surrender to that Vaishnava. Surrender means what? Surrender means, well, become humble and say, I personally have committed this offense and I'm willing to accept any punishment that you give. You can chastise me, you can correct me, you can offer me any punishment, I'll humbly accept it. And I will do whatever you say. That's called surrender. I accept you're better than me. Yes, that is surrender. Let's see the purport by Prabhupada. Yeah. Please read, Prabhu. Shekhar Prabhu can read next verse and purport. Harsh Prabhu, read.
Lord Shiva is called Asutosh. Asu means very soon, and Tosh means to become satisfied. The demigods were advised to go to Lord Shiva and beg his pardon. And because he is very easily pleased, it was certain that their purpose would be served. Lord Brahma knew the mind of the Lord Shiva very well, and he was confident that the demigods who were offenders at his lotus feet could mitigate their offenses by going to him and surrendering without reservation.
Ashu Tosha. Ashu means very quickly, and Toshu means to become satisfied. So Shiva can be easily satisfied. Don't worry. So you go and he'll forgive your offenses, and then you will be properly reinstated in your position. Even the word Asura comes from this only. Asura. Asu means very fast. They want quick. Ra means Raman. Asu Raman. They want very quick enjoyments, instant sense gratification, instant gratification. That's why they call Asura. And Asura go to Ashutosh. Asuras go to Ashutosh mainly. They're all devotees of Shiva. Why? Because they want very quick enjoyment. That's why they go to Shiva. Oh, Shiva is very easily pleased. Like there was Vrikasur. There was an Asura called Vrikasura. And this Vrikasura wanted to actually enjoy with the wife of Shiva. So now I want to enjoy with wife of Shiva. So who's my obstacle? Shiva. And how can I kill Shiva? I'll get blessings from Shiva only and kill Shiva. That was his plan. And that's why Vrikasur, he worships Shiva and he gets a blessing that whosoever head I touch upon, his head should crack into pieces and the person should die. Yeah, so that's what. So he also goes to Shiva, Vrikasur. If you see even Ravana actually dissatisfied Shiva by lifting the Kailash Parvat when he was meditating and he had his wife seated beside him. Again, Ravana also wanted to impress Parvati. That was his intention. But Shiva just putting his thumb down, the Kailash Parvat came on the hands of Ravana and he was feeling excruciating pain. And oh, please leave me, leave me, leave me. That is when Ravana, he worships Shiva. He glorifies Shiva. In fact, he takes out some of his veins, makes it into a veena, and he plays a very nice bhajan for Shiva, a very nice song. And Shiva is easily pleased and he's forgiven. Okay, don't worry. Go ahead. Because Shiva is Ashutosh, he can be easily pleased. So you can go and beg forgiveness without any mental reservation. That's the Brahma's instruction. आशासानजीवितम् अध्वरस्य लोकस्सपालकुपेन यस्मिन् तम् आशुदेवं प्रियया विहीनं क्षमापयध्वं हृदि विद्धं दुरुक्तैः. Shekhar Prabhu, please read.
Lord Brahma also Lord Brahma also advised them that Lord Shiva is so powerful that by his anger all the planets and their chief controllers can be destroyed immediately. Also, he said that Lord Shiva was especially sorry because he had recently lost his dear wife and was also very much afflicted by the unkind words of Daksha. Under the circumstances, as the Lord Brahma suggested, it would behove them to go at once and beg his pardon.
Yes. So Brahmaji first, he tells what is the extent of Shiva's power. He's so powerful. In fact, he is the in charge for the destruction. Yes. If you see for death, there is always now creation. Yes, creation is performed by Brahma. And death takes its tolls. It's told by Yamaraj. Yamaraj takes his toll. That is death. Yama means death. And above Yamaraj, his authority is Shiva. Because Shiva is ultimately is the in charge for any destruction. So by his will, all the planets can be easily destroyed. Yeah, so that is Shiva. Immediately he can destroy everything. Yeah, he can bring pralay any time you want by doing Rudra Tandav. He can do that. And he also explains the plight of Shiva. Shiva is recently lost his wife, and also Daksha has spoken such unkind words. So Brahma suggested it will be very nice we will go and beg forgiveness. Yes, we should go. And we'll go to Kailash and beg forgiveness. So they all are deciding to go to Kailash. नाहं न यज्ञो न च यूयमन्ये ये देहभाजो मुनयश्च तत्त्वं विदुप्रमाणं बलवीर्ययोर्वा यस्यात्मतन्त्रस्य क उपाय विदित्सेत्. Would you like to read?
Lord Brahma said that no one, not even himself, Indra, all the members assembled in the sacrificial arena, or all the sages, could know how powerful Lord Shiva is. Under the circumstances, who would dare to commit an offense at his lotus feet?
Na aham, even I don't know. That's what he's saying. See, this Sanskrit is very sweet. Na aham, na yajna. Yajna is the name of Indra in that particular kalpa. That's why his name is called Yajna. Yajna was Indra. Nacha yuyam. Aap log bhi nahi. To all come here? No. Anye ye dehabhaja. What to speak of other fellows who are having this material body? Muneha, even the great sages. No. Tattvam. Na tattvam viduhu. They don't know the truth. They don't know the tattva of Shiva. Shiva tattva. If you see in one sense, there is Vishnu tattva, there is Jiva tattva. And Shiva tattva, Shambhu tattva comes in between. So Shiva is not exactly a Jiva. At the same time, he is not the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He comes in between, so he's very powerful. Krishna has 64 qualities. Krishna has 64 qualities. Vishnu has 60 qualities and Shiva has 55 qualities of Krishna. He possesses 55 qualities of Krishna, and Brahma at max can possess 50 qualities. The Jiva. So Tattva, Shiva Tattva is very difficult to know. And Pramanam Balaviryo, you don't know how powerful he is. The extent of his power and strength, oh, you cannot know. Atma Tantrasya Kaha Upayam Viditset. And thus, you fellows, without knowing anything, how dare you have offended him? Yes, how dare you offend? That's what he's trying to say. Brahmaji is trying to chastise the demigods. You fellows, you didn't know who you're dealing with. So, what one thing we definitely can learn here, we can learn a lesson here, is it's always better to assume that the other person is a very great soul and thus deal very carefully rather than not knowing the glory of that person and then suffering. Yeah. So it is better always to consider the Samne Wala is a great soul, is a pure devotee of Lord. I have to be extremely very, very careful. Yes, you have to be careful. You all can just read. I'll just have a knock at my door. So I'll open it. Please read. Chiranjeev Pro, continue.
After Lord Brahma advised the demigods to go to Lord Shiva and beg his pardon, it was suggested how he should be satisfied and how the matter should be placed before him. Brahma also asserted that none of the conditioned souls, including himself and all the demigods, could know how to satisfy Lord Shiva. But he said, it is known that he is very easily satisfied. So let us try to satisfy him by falling at his lotus feet. Actually, the position of subordinate is always to surrender to the Supreme. That is the instruction of Bhagavad Gita. The Lord asked everyone to give up all kinds of concocted occupations and simply surrender unto Him. That will protect the conditioned soul from all the sinful reaction. Similarly, in this case, Brahma also suggested that they go and surrender unto lotus feet of Lord Shiva, for since he is very kind and easily satisfied, this action would prove effective.
Yes. So this is the whole principle of Bhagavad Gita, surrender. And if you look at Brahma teaches these two things only. Whenever demigods approach Brahma with any problem, what does Brahma say? Brahma tells, okay, you will let us all go and surrender to Narayana. And now in this case, he's telling, let us go and surrender to the pure devotee of Narayana, or the best devotee of Narayana. Vaishnavanam yatha shambhu. So that is what is Bhagavatam every time. Surrender unto the Supreme Lord and surrender unto the pure devotee of Lord. And the surrender that we show unto pure devotee of Lord is even higher. That's a higher principle. Because when Durvasa Muni was being chased by the Sudarshan Chakra, Durvasa Muni is running pillar to post. He goes to Brahma. Brahma says, no, no place here, please go. He goes to Shiva. He goes to Vishnu. The principle here is that Narayana, although he goes and surrenders to Narayana and says, Lord, protect me. Lord says, no. Aham bhakta paradino. He aswatantra ivadvija. Sadhubir grasta hridayo. Bhaktair bhakta janapriya. You have to go to my pure devotee and surrender. So thus, Durvasa Muni is forced to go to Ambarish Maharaj and surrender. That is the principle. See, Bhagavad Gita teaches us surrender to Narayan or Krishna. Bhagavatam teaches us surrender to devotee. Yes. That is the principle in Bhagavatam. Surrender to devotee. Vyasa surrenders to Narada. Parikshit surrenders to Shukadev Goswami. This is Bhagavatam. Narada again surrenders to Brahma. If you see everywhere, Vidura surrenders to Maitreya. Dhruva surrenders to his guru Narada. So everywhere, that is the principle. Yes, they don't directly get Krishna. So Bhagavad Gita teaches surrender to Krishna. Bhagavatam teaches surrender to pure devotee of Krishna. So that's what Brahmaji is teaching. Let's go and surrender to the pure devotee of Lord. That's a higher principle than even surrendering directly to Krishna. And these two principles only Brahma teaches every time. All demigods come, chalo, let's surrender to Lord. Or all demigods come, let's all go and surrender to Shiva. In this case. Sa ittamadishya suranajastutei saman pitrabhisa samanvita pitrabhisa prajeshaih yayau swadishya nilayam puradvishah Kailasamadri pravaram priyam prabho. Yes, somebody can read.
After thus instructing all the demigods, the Pitas and the lords of the living entities, Lord Brahma took them with him and left for the abode of Lord Shiva, known as the Kailash Hill.
Yes. After the instructions are all over, Brahma is also coming. Brahma can say, you all go. तुम लोग जाओ. गलती कौन किया? तुम लोग ना जाओ. No. Brahma is also going. He took all of them with him and then left. Amazing, right? So let's see some things. Sam ittam, sa ittam, Brahma thus adishya, adesh dene ke baad. Suran ajah tu tai samanvitah. So Brahma went ahead, they all followed. Pitrubhi, they were Pitras. Sa Prajeshai, they were Prajapatis, the progenitors. The Prajeshe, the lords of living entities, same thing. Went Swadishniyat, from his place, Nilayam, Puradvisha of Shiva, Kailasham, Adri Pravaram, the best of mountains, Kailash, Priyam Prabhu, that which is dear to Lord Shiva. Nice words. Purport is just one line. You can read it, Prabhu.
The abode of Lord Shiva, which is known as Kailash, is described in the 14 verses which follow.
Oh, so next 14 verses from 9 to 21, I guess. That will be 14 verses. 9 to 21. 23, 9 to 20, 23, correct. 9 to 23, there will be description of Kailash Parvat, which is very dear to Lord Shiva. Let us just hear the description of Lord Shiva. So just as the abode of Vaikuntha, we hear about the glories of Vaikuntha and we feel very satisfied in heart. When does the description of Vaikuntha come in Bhagavatam? The description of Vaikuntha comes when all demigods are fearful. They're all fearful because the whole universe has become dark and they don't know the reason why it has become dark. And to dissipate that darkness, of course, he tells them first because of the two children in the womb of Diti. Okay, who are these two children? Okay, let me take this opportunity to glorify Vaikuntha. And then I'll tell who are the doorkeepers. So as soon as they hear the description of Vaikuntha, they all become very pacified. So similarly, we will hear the description of the abode of the Lord of Kailash, his pure devotee, Lord Shiva. We will definitely feel very mesmerized. So even the pure devotees of the Lord by the grace of Lord, live very opulently. You see the opulence. Janmaushadi tapo mantra yoga siddhe naretarei jushtam kinnara gandharver apsarobhirvritam sada. Somebody can read. Who would like to read? Who would like to read? Yeah. Okay, you will read.
The wood known as Kailash is full of different herbs and vegetables, and it is sanctified by Vedic hymns and mystic yoga practice. Thus, the residents of that abode are demigods by birth and have all mystic powers. Besides them, there are other human beings who are known as Kinnaras and Gandharvas and are accompanied by their beautiful wives who are known as Apsaras or angels.
Mm. So what is the general vegetation is given? Aushadhi, a lot of Aushadhis. Right from birth, everybody is a Devata. Tapasvis, you will find tapasvis, people doing their sadhana here. People, every time there is a lot of Vedic mantras. That's a background sound which is there. Yoga Siddher, Narayatari. There are other demigods also, and there are other mystic sages who are there in the abode of Kailash. We can all visualize. Yes. Jushtham, it's an abode of great enjoyment. Who are coming? Kinnara, Gandharvair. So they are just below the demigods. Indra, Chandra, उन सबके just नीचे हैं. These Kinnaras, Gandharvair, they come Apsara, Vratam Sada. So full of this abode is full of such people. Kinnaras, Gandharvas, Apsaras. Apsaras are dancers. Gandharvas are singers. And Kinnaras are different animals who have human-like qualities. One of the example of Kinnara is Garuda, Sampati. There is Jatayu. They are all examples of Kinnara. And there are Kim Purushas. Kim Purushas are Hanuman, Jambavan, Sugriv, Vali. They all come under the category of Kim Purushas. They don't stay in Kailash. They stay in Harivarsha. They stay there. So this is the atmosphere there. All sadhakas, mantras, the fellows who recite mantras, those who tapasyas, they're all there. So by birth, everybody is a demigod here. And there are a lot of vegetables and herbs. Full of vegetables and herbs. Nice. Good diet. So prasad is available for everybody. You don't have to worry about prasad. These people need those herbs and vegetables only. Right? नाना मणिमयै शृङ्गैर् नाना धातु विचित्रितैः नाना द्रुमलता गुल्मैर् नाना मृगगणागतैः.
Kailash is full of mountains filled with all kinds of valuable jewels and minerals and surrounded by all varieties of valuable trees and plants. The top of the hill is nicely decorated by various types of deer.
Very nice. Oh, so mountains. Always in mountains there are various jewels and minerals. There's a shloka that comes in one of the Chanakya Pandit Niti Sutras. Shaile Shailena Manikyam Mauktikam na gaje gaje Sadavo nahi sarvatra chandanam na vane vane. So this basically this shloka is Shaile Shailena Manikyam. Not in every mountain there will be Manikyam. Manikyam is special gel. That will not be in every gel. Ruby. Manikyam is ruby. Rubies are not found in every mountain. Mauktikam na gaje gaje. There are some special elephants on whose head there is a pearl. Not all elephants have pearl. That's called ivory. That's very, very costly. And chandanam navane. Not every forest you will have chandan. Similarly, sadhavo nahi sarvatra. Association of devotees also is very rare. It's very rare to have association of devotees. That is the whole purpose. Yes. Shaile Shaile na manikyam. So on the other hand, here every Shaile Shaile there is manikyam. Shaile Shaile na manikyam, but here Shaile Shaile only manikyam. That is the opulence of the devotees of Lord. And to whom nothing is attached, they only get valuable jewels and minerals. And of course, there are trees and plants. So last shloka, it seemed as though only herbs and roots for tapasvis is there. No, there are so many jewels and gems all here. And the hilltop is decorated nicely by various types of deers. Now this is a very special thing. In the 11th canto of Bhagavatam, it is said that there are 10 items which are necessary for necessary habitation. You want to go and live in a place, you should check for these 10 things. Now, some river, water is there. Bhagavatam teaches all these practicalities also. Yes, there is a river, should be there. Yes, plant should be there, vegetation should be there. One of the things that is mentioned in Bhagavatam, which should be present if you want to go and stay there, is deer. Places where there are no deers, you should not stay there. There is a logic, because deers know where to stay. So deers teach us, kahan rehna chahiye. So there are so many deers, which means please come Prabhus. All of you come to Kailash and stay for doing your sadhana. Nice bhakti you can do here. प्रस्रवणैर् नानाकन्दरसानुभिः रमणं विहरन्तीनां रमणैः सिद्धयोषिताम्.
There are many waterfalls, and in the mountains there are many beautiful caves in which the very beautiful wives of the mystics are found.
The waterfalls, one thing. Mountains have caves, and in which the beautiful wives of mystics are found. So mystics, their wives are very beautiful. Not just beautiful, but very beautiful wives. And these people are actually not attached to enjoyment. Yes, that's why they are there. Yeah, they're all great mystics. They've realized. Mystics means they've realized they are gone beyond Jnana. Jnana is the difference between body and soul. So they are beyond that. The beautiful wives of mystics, they are not attached. Caves. Caves. Who stayed in caves? Which of our acharyas stayed in cave? Das Thakur. See, in this cave there used to be snakes also. I'm also staying, I'm also staying. Both of us are staying together in cave. What is the problem? So that was his mood. Right? And well, we'll go on. Caves have property to protect. They're natural thermostats. Caves are warm in winters and caves are cold in summers, cool in summers. They have that. That's why mystics sit in caves. They reside in caves only. मयूरकेकाभिरुतं मदान्धाली विमूर्छितं प्लावितैरक्तकण्ठानां कूजितैश्च पटक्रिणाम्.
On Kailash Hill, there is always the rhythmical sound of the peacocks, sweet vibrations, and the bees humming. Cuckoos are always singing, and other birds whisper among themselves.
So as these demigods are traveling, they're seeing all this opulence of Shiva. Yes, we also get impressed when you go to some rich person's house. We make it, oh, ye gaadi uske paas, he has Lamborghini. Oh. When you go inside, oh, he has this very big bangla. How many rooms? Almost 40-50 rooms are there. 40-50 rooms. Then he has altar, golden altar. So little details we see, we get captivated, impressed. So demigods were thinking Shiva kya hai? He's a beggar. He's applying their shmashana. Like that somebody may think. But we can just see here the abode of Kailash, how beautiful it is. And how opulent it is. This is opulence. So Bhagavatam, yes, Bhagavatam always talks of this as the opulence. Okay. So there are peacocks who are vibrating sweet sounds. And then there are bees who are humming so nicely. And cuckoos are always singing. And the birds also always whisper among themselves. Nice. आह्यवमन्तम् इवोदस्तैर्द्विजान् कामदुगैर्द्रुमै व्रजन्तम् इव माताङ्गैर्गृणन्तम् इव निर्जरैः.
There are tall trees with straight branches that appear to call the sweet birds. And when herds of elephants passes through the hills, it appears that the Kailash Hill moves with them. When the water falls, the sound, it appears that Kailash Hill does also.
It's alive. This place is alive. So branches, how they look like this. You see, this is a branch. So branches are calling. Idhar aao, idhar aao. They're calling. Straight branches are calling the birds. Come here, stay with me. So like that they're calling. It's alive. And elephant passes through hills. Elephants are like what? Hills. Hills are also like elephants. They are also moving. How many of you traveled in train and seen hills? You've seen they also move. वैसे लगता है वो लोग भी चल रहे हैं. If they're moving hills, na, they also appear to be moving. And then when waterfalls resound, it appears Kailash also does so. Yes, मतलब Kailash sound कर रहा है. He is doing that. Kailash Hill. I like, yeah, ultimately it's a person. Kailash is also a person. Who is Parvati, wife of Shiva? She is the daughter of mountain. Himavan ki putri, Himalaya ki putri. Himalayan Menaka. Their putri is called Parvati. Parvat ki putri Parvati, who has come from the Parvat. So, perfect. Mandarai parijataschai cha saralaischoppashobhitam tamalai shalatalaischa kovidarasanarjunai tyutai kadambai nipaischa nagapunnaga champakai पाटलोशोक बकुलै Kundai Kurabakairapi.
The whole of Kailash Hill is decorated with various kinds of trees, of which the following names may be mentioned: Mandara, Parishara, Sarala, Kamala, Tala, Govidara, Asana, Arjuna, Amrajati, Mango, Kadamba, Dhuli Kadamba, Nagar, Punnagar, Champaka, Pakada, Ashoka, Bakula, Kunda, and Kurbaka. The entire hill is decorated with such trees, which produce flowers with fragrant aromas.
Amrajati. This is something. It's all seasons. Usually, how they show Kailash Hill? Cold, no? With snow. Mango hai idhar. It doesn't need summer season. So they all beyond the material laws. In fact, the material nature is the wife of Shiva. Correct? स्वर्णार्णशतपत्रैश्च वररेणुकजातिभिः कुब्जकैर्मल्लिकाभिश्च माधवीभिश्च मण्डितम्.
There are other trees also which decorate the hill, such as the golden lotus flower, the cinnamon tree, Malti, Kubja, Mallika, and Madhavi.
Golden lotus flower. Nice, no? पनसोदुम्बराश्वत्थ प्लक्षन्यग्रोदधिङ्गुबि भूर्जैरोषधिभिः पूगैः राजपूगैश्च जम्बुभिः.
Kailash Hill is also decorated with such trees as jackfruit, jular, banyan tree, lakshas, nebrodhas, and trees producing sapvedita. And also there are trees of betel nuts and bhojapatra, as well as rajapuga, blackberries, and similar other trees.
Asafoetida is hing, ना? Yeah, इसको हिंग कहते हैं. That's what I knew of. Betel nuts, bhujapatra, rajapuga, blackberries. Mobile nahi. Blackberry mobile used to come, not that actual blackberries and other trees. Jai. So one may wonder, what is this, Prabhuji? These are all just simply names of some trees and flowers. But one thing we need to understand. Bhagavatam is so powerful that Srimad Bhagavatam's one letter is going to give prema. Yes, Paramananda Pathaya Prema Varshi Aksharayate. One letter is actually going to give us Krishna Prema. So we are reading one letter is purifying our heart. This may appear like material sound vibration. Arey, what is this material names? These trees, plants, वैसे भी याद नहीं रहने वाला है. What is the use of discussing all this? No, because it's given in the Bhagavatam, it's purifying our heart. खर्जुराम्रातकाम्राद्यै प्रियाल मधुकेङ्गुदैः द्रुमजातिभिरन्यैश्च राजितं वेणुकीचकैः.
There are mango trees, priyal, madhuka, and imbuda. Besides this, there are other trees like thin bamboos, kichak, and varieties of other bamboo trees, and decorating the tract of Kailash Hill.
One thing we can understand is there are different names that we get across. Different people have different names. Boys have certain names. Names kahan se aate? Sometimes it comes from the plants and trees also. Like Kichak, you remember Kichak? In Mahabharata, Virat Desh, Bhima kills Kichak by dressing like Draupadi. Correct? So that name has also come from here. Kumudotpala Kalhara Shatapatravanardhibihi Nalineshu Kalam Gujat Khagavrindopa Mrigaishaka Mragadir Karodair Mrigendreir Riksha Gavayaihi Sharabhirvyagrai Rurubhir Mahishadibihi.
There are different kinds of lotus flowers such as kumud, utpal, and satapatra. The forest appears to be decorated garden, and the small lakes are full of various kinds of birds who whistle very sweetly. There are many kinds of other animals also, like deer, monkeys, bulls, lions, rakshas, shalyakas, forest cows, forest asses, tigers, small deer, buffalo, and many other animals who are fully enjoying their lives.
Okay, it's rikshas, not rakshas, it's rikshas.
Okay.
Okay, one more thing. Now one may imagine, oh, ये सी जगह vacation में जाने के लिए अच्छा है. It's good to go in vacation, but not go and stay here. Where we want to stay? We want to stay in 4 BHK flat, 3 BHK flat. I was just listening to one lecture of my spiritual master as I was shaving my head. And that time, Maharaj was telling that the children, there was one thing, children's amusement park. And we went there, what all is there? There is seesaw, giant wheel, yes, a roller coaster ride, and other varieties of amusement. That is children's amusement park. That's what people say. Children's amusement park. Now, of course, person or some big people also may try to go there to children's amusement park, but usually it's children's amusement park. That is that dashing cars. They hit each other. Children's amusement park. SF. Water Kingdom.
Here we have Imagica, but it is not that popular. And what is very popular.
Acha, Imagica.
Just outside Pune.
Okay, just outside Pune there is Imagica, children's amusement park. Then you come to Kharadi, Viman Nagar, all you see big buildings and housing society. This is adults amusement park. This is called what? Big building, tall buildings. Yes, malls and all these are adults amusement park. So this is adults amusement park. Why? Because children, they play around here and waste their time. Adults, they also construct big things and waste their time. So this is not amusement park. This Kailash is not amusement park. Amusement park means housing colonies, etc. There is adults amusement park. So these all things are not amusement park. They are amazing actually. This is a real amusement park where you can go and do nice sadhana and tapasya. That's what you'll feel like doing. कर्णान्त्रात्रैकपदाश्वास्यैर् निर्जुष्टं मृकनाभिः कदलीखन्दक समृद्ध नलिनी पुलिनश्रियम्.
There are varieties of deer such as Karnanta, Ekapada, Ashwasya, Vrika, and Kasturi, the deer which bears musk. Besides the deer, there are many banana trees which decorate the small hillside lakes very nicely.
पर्यस्तं नन्दया सत्या स्नानपुण्यतदुरोदया विलोक्य भूतेश गिरिं विबुधा विस्मयं ययौः.
There is a small lake named Alakananda in which Sati used to take her bath, and that lake is specially auspicious. All the demigods, after seeing the specific beauty of Kailash Hill, were struck with wonder at the great opulence to be found there.
Yeah, just Bhagavatam is again reminding why this description is given, because demigods are actually watching all this as they are come. Brahma forgot, bhul gaye. Once come to Kailash, you forgot what happened previously. No, Brahmaji is bringing all the demigods to Kailash, and that time they are seeing this beauty of Kailash, and they were wonderstruck. This great opulence is proved.
Brahmaji ne Kailash banaya hoga. Kailash.
As such, Brahmaji is the creator. It's right, but we need to understand that he is secondary creator. Krishna first only creates everything. Brahmaji just he divides the entire 14 planetary system into 3 parts, and then he further divides into 14 parts, and he allocates like that. But the creation is already done. Garbhodakshay, Vishnu's Nabi, everything comes.
So ne iske bare mein pata tha ki nahi pata. Ye sab beauty.
Yeah, he was aware. It's not the first time he's coming to Kailash. He's come many times. But again, what happens is we are amazed. This is amazing. Even Brahma is amazed to see such wonderful opulence, because opulence of a spiritual place. This is a spiritual place. Kailash is a spiritual abode because वहाँ पे साधना है, भक्ति है. There's so much of bhakti that Shiva does. Shiva gives Bhagavatam class there. Now you'll see what he's doing there. One may think wife is gone, Shiva will be crying. You see what he's doing there. Who are all there? Which all varieties is coming there?
Whenever devotees, so first time devotees darshan of Radha Madhav comes to Narasimha, or sometimes they forgot. We have come from Kharadi and we have to go after 2 days because it is so mesmerizing. The whole atmosphere of Mayapur Dham
Exactly.
is so mesmerizing.
And
after that, we take it for granted because we keep going frequently every year. So we lose the charm. But first time, whoever goes, he has this experience.
I beg to differ here. Yeah, first time was special, but I beg to differ here. I every time get mesmerized. Okay. Purport is there.
According to the commentary called Shiv Bhagavad Chandra Chandrika, the water in which Sati used to bath was Ganges water. In other words, the Ganges flowed to the Kailash Parvat. There is every possibility of accepting such a statement because Ganges water always flows from the hair of Lord Shiva. Since Ganges water rests on the head of Lord Shiva and then flows to the other parts of the universe, it is quite possible that the water in which Sati bathed, which was certainly very nicely scented, was Ganges water.
Hari Bol Jai. Correct. So Ganga, when it has to hit, it comes from Brahma's planet. From Satyalok it comes. And Ganga Devi tells very clearly to Bhagirath that if I hit, then what will happen is I will penetrate through the earth and go down directly. I'll go and hit the Garbhodak ocean directly. So I'm coming with great force. So there has to be some person who will hold the Ganga on his head. And who decided? Who volunteered? Shiva. Of course, he was begged by our Bhagirath. And Lord Shiva takes Ganga on his head and becomes Gangadhar. His name becomes Gangadhar. On his jata, he takes Ganga, and then Ganga there splits into 4 places. 1, 2, 3, 4. So one of the tributaries of Ganga is called as Alakananda. That's one of the tributaries. Correct? She's one of the tributaries. Alakananda, Bhagirathi, like that 4 parts she comes. So Alaknanda lake is here. That lake is also after Ganga water only. It's found. And that is how it is. That's the story. And then it flows to other hospitals. So Sati bathed in Ganga only. And that was scented water. The Ganga that we get, that we have polluted. But as such, Ganga is full of saffron dust particles. Why? Because it's flowing from the toenails of the Lord. It's a Charnamrita of Lord. So Vamanadev, when he lifted his feet to conquer the upper planetary systems, so that time his feet hits the shell of the universe. And then the water, Garbhodak water, the water from the ocean, not Garbhodak ocean, Karan water, Karana Sagar, it washes the lotus feet of Lord, and Brahmaji stores it in one kamandal. He stores and keeps it with him. And thus Ganga is also called as Brahmaputri, is his daughter. And then Bhagirath calls, then from that loka she comes down. Okay. Next. ददर्शुस्तत्र ते रम्याम् अलकां नाम वैपुरीं वनं सौगन्धिकं चापि यत्र तन्नाम पङ्कजम्.
Thus the demigods saw the wonderfully beautiful region known as Alaka in the forest known as Saugandhika, which means full of fragrance. The forest is known as Saugandhika because of its abundance of lotus flowers.
Oh, so many lotus flowers have made it Saugandhika, full of fragrance. And this is called Alaka, Alakapuri. Yes, Prabhupada will write that. This is a abode of Kuber actually. Yeah, somebody can read the purport. Please read.
Sometimes Alaka is known as Alakapuri, which is also the name of the abode of Kuber. Kuber's abode, however, cannot be seen from Kailash. Therefore, the region of Alaka referred to here is different from the Alakapuri of Kuber. According to the Viraraghav Acharya, Alaka means uncommonly beautiful. In the region of Alaka, the demigod saw, there is a type of lotus flower known as Sugandhika that distributes an especially fragrant scent.
So here Alakapuri, actually Kuber also comes under Shiva only. Yakshas, they all stay nearby. But there's not exactly, that's what Prabhupada says. That Alakapuri is different. This is also called Alakapuri. Kuber also has Alakapuri, but it's not near Kailash, it's somewhere else. That is where Dhruv Maharaj goes, Alakapuri. But Alaka means extraordinary beautiful. That's the meaning of Alaka. Nanda Chalaka Nanda Cha Saritau Mayata Purah Tirthapada Padambhoja Rajasativa Pavane.
They also saw the 2 rivers named Nanda and Alaknanda. These 2 rivers are sanctified by the dust of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Govinda.
Yeah. That means this is Ganges tributaries. Yayo Surastriya Kshattar Avaruhya Swadishnata Kridanti Pumsa Sanchintyo Vigaya Rati Karshitaha.
My dear Shakta, Virura, the celestial damsels come down to those rivers in their airplanes with their husbands, and after sexual enjoyment, they enter the water and enjoy drinking their husbands' water.
Yeah, Bhagavatam is also reminding us. Shattar is actually Dasiputra Vidur. It is called Shattar. So this is Maitreya talking to Vidur ultimately. Third canto के beginning से दोनों का ही बातचीत चल रहा है. From 5th chapter onwards of third canto, it's Maitreya Vidur Samvad. So Surastriya, yes, in both these rivers, which rivers? Nanda and Alaknanda. The Surastriya, the demigoddess, Avaruhya, they come from the sky. Swadhishnyateha, from their aeroplanes they get down. Kridanti, they play here, along with whom? Pumsaha, how? Sinchantyo, by sprinkling water with each other, splashing water to each other. And Vigaya Ratikarshiti, yes, after they enter into the rivers, Vigaya, after entering the water, Ratikarshitaha. Rati is actually sexual enjoyment. Yes, purport. Kam and Rati, right? Rati is sexual enjoyment.
It is understood that even the damsels of the heavenly planets are polluted by thoughts of sex enjoyment, and therefore they come in airplanes to bathe in the river Nanda and Alaknanda. It is significant that these rivers, Nanda and Alaknanda, are sanctified by the dust of lotus feet of Supreme Personality of Godhead. In other words, just as the Ganges is sacred because its water emanates from the toes of Supreme Personality of Godhead Narayan, so whenever water or anything is in touch with devotional service to Supreme Personality of Godhead, it is purified and spiritualized. The rules and regulations of devotional service are based on this principle. Anything in touch with the lotus feet of the Lord is immediately freed from all mental contamination. The damsels of the heavenly planets, polluted by thoughts of sex life, come down to bathe in the sanctified rivers and enjoy sprinkling water on their husbands. Two words are very significant in this connection. Rati and Karshita. Karshita means that the damsel becomes morose after sex enjoyment. Although they accept sex enjoyment as bodily demand, afterwards they are not happy. Another significant point is that Lord Govinda, Supreme Personality of Godhead, is described here as Tirtha Pada. Tirtha means sanctified place, and Pada means lotus feet of the Lord. People go to a sanctified place to free themselves from all sinful reactions. In other words, those who are devoted to the lotus feet of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, automatically become sanctified. The Lord's lotus feet are called Tirthapada because under their protection there are hundreds and thousands of saintly persons who sanctify the sacred places of pilgrimage. Srila Narottam Das Thakur, a great Acharya of Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, advises us not to travel to different places of pilgrimage. Undoubtedly, it is troublesome to go from one place to another, but one who is intelligent can take shelter of the lotus feet of Govinda and thereby be automatically sanctified as the result of his pilgrimage. Anyone who is fixed in the service of the lotus feet of Govinda is called Tirthapad. He does not need to travel on various pilgrimages, or he can enjoy all benefits of such travel simply by engaging in the service of lotus feet of the Lord. Such a pure devotee who has implicit faith in the lotus feet of the Lord can create sacred places in any part of the world where he decides to remain. Tirthi Kurvanti Tirthani, Bhagavatam 110. The places are sanctified due to the presence of pure devotees. Any place automatically becomes a place of pilgrimage if either the Lord or his pure devotee remains or resides there. In other words, such a pure devotee who is engaged 100% in service of the Lord can remain anywhere in the universe, and that part of the universe immediately becomes a sacred place where he can peacefully render service to the Lord as the Lord desires.
Nice purport, very elaborate. There are various good principles here we'll discuss. The first principle that is spoken here is coming in contact with Krishna. What is the principle that something is pure, sanctified? Coming in contact with Krishna. So His Holiness Bhakti Chaitanya Swami Maharaj was here. He was telling all of us about the example of what exactly brings purity. The purity is brought by coming in contact with Krishna. He was mentioning the example of potato. So potato Prabhu, Aloo Prabhu is purchased from market by a Vaishnava. Aloo Prabhu is peeled by another Vaishnava. Aloo Prabhu is cut by another Vaishnava. And the Aloo Prabhu is fried by another Vaishnava. And the Aloo Prabhu is put nice salt and pepper and chaat masala is put. And another Prabhu offers with tulsi. Aloo Prabhu is offered to Jagannath. Jagannath Baldev Subhadra get Aloo. Aloo Prabhu. And as soon as Krishna has tasted that Aloo Prasad, yes, because coming in contact with Krishna, that was Aloo Prabhu till now, Bhoga. But as soon as it comes in contact with Krishna by the grace of a devotee, what happens to that Aloo? That Aloo becomes Prasad. And then another Prabhu eats that Aloo. He eats that Aloo fry. And then when one of you eats, and when you go back to Godhead, that time one devotee will come, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Bola, Hare Krishna, aap kaun hai? Prabhu, you remember me? No, Prabhu. When you were in BYC, His Holiness Bhakti Chaitanya Maharaj had given satsang program. There was a big feast. In that feast, I was that Aloo. You only ate. You ate me and I went back to God. So by coming in contact with Krishna, there is sanctity. Anything that is in touch with. So water coming in contact with Krishna becomes Charanamrit. Food coming in contact with Krishna becomes Prasad. Yes, that's how everything is contact. A person coming in contact with Krishna becomes Vaishnava, Bhagavata, like that. So that way everything gets sanctified and purified. So Ganges is purified. That's the first principle. The second principle is the frustration, rate karshitaha, the frustration which is there in sex life. It is a frustrating experience. The damsels come with great hope, but after the experience, they are morose. If you see, human bodies are not meant for sex enjoyment. There is very limited capacity in human body. On the other hand, the heavenly bodies are made for sex enjoyment only. Yes, they are bhogyonis. They are meant for eating. So in this world, you eat how much or what will happen, what problems you get. Yes, indigestion. Any other problem? Loose motion, very good. Acid nahi khate. Yes, and you eat too much, you become fat. Correct? Obesity. These are problems. Vomiting. Zyada kha liya. Vomit. You're not feeling like you become dull. So that's what happens when you eat too much. On the other hand, heavenly planets, food is all cooked in ghee. We cannot take little bit of food cooked in ghee. It's very opulent. थोड़ा सा खाएंगे वो बस हो गया. They eat their minimum preparation is cooked in ghee and they can eat as much as possible. They have very good digestion. Sexual enjoyment. How much a human being can enjoy? Nothing practically. Nothing. Sometime we'll enjoy. Those bodies are meant for sexual enjoyment. And still that is very frustrating. It is very frustrating experience. There is no enjoyment. So it's a bodily demand. After that, they are not happy. That's what happens. So even demigods are not able to enjoy. In such a so-called romantic atmosphere as Kailash, they come here and they try. Ambience kitna bhi acha hai. Water is scented. Their bodies are scented. Actually, they've dropped their scent in the body. All that they do, but still horrible. Nahi hai. The demigods in the heavenly planets, there's no toilet. Yeah, there's no urinals or latrines in demigods planets. Toilet hai nahi. They don't go. Their bodies are so clean, but then also it's frustrating. They're morose. Then the next one is Tirthapad. So Tirthapad is that particular place where devotees have done bhakti. Pure devotees come and they do their sadhana, they do sankirtan, they do their japa regularly, they do their arti, they have discussions on Srimad Bhagavatam. Then that place becomes what? Tirthapad. So we have to create. Prabhupada created many Tirthapads. Prabhupada created Tirthapad for all of us to take shelter. And similarly, we also should absorb the spiritual vibrations, the teachings, and the wonderful sadhana practice, and then we should also create more Tirthapads. In fact, the house of every grihastha should be a Tirthapad. Anybody guest coming, idhar kuch alag hi experience aa raha hai. You should feel like that. Yes. So that particular experience comes when an outsider comes to our temple. They go, oh, idhar alag hi atmosphere, kitna peaceful lag raha hai, kitna pure hai. यहाँ पे कुछ गंदे thoughts ही नहीं आते हैं. Why? Because it's the devotees' association and their thorough discussions of Krishna Katha, Bhagavatam, the chanting of the holy name, the Sankirtan, the deity worship. All these things have created that place as Tirthapad. Because devotee, and also what does Yudhishthira Maharaj says? Bhavat Vigha Bhagavata Tirti Kurya Swayam Vibho Tirti Kurvanti Tirtani Swantastena Gadavrataha. He says, Vidura, you are a walking, there's a holy place, we just taste holy place normally doesn't move. But you are a Bhagavata who is a walking holy place. So we are so much, Yudhishthira Maharaj is thinking we are so very attached to our household activities. We don't have time to go to holy place, but holy place has come to us. Holy place walked and came to us in your form. So that is sages. They are also called as Tirthapath. Simply because they are constantly chanting Krishna's names. I think we have time for two shlokas. We'll complete. Yayosthatsthana vibhrashta navakunkuma pinjaram vitrishopi pibantyambah payayanto gajagajihi.
After the damsels of the heavenly planets bath in the water, it becomes yellowish and fragrant due to the kumkuma from their bodies. Thus the elephants come to bath there with their wives, the she elephants, and they also drink the water, although they are not thirsty.
They want to drink that water. Normally, we drink water only when we are thirsty. Correct? What do you drink when you are not thirsty? If you're not thirsty, what you would like to drink? So if you say pani, who gives water? Pani chahiye? Nahi chahiye. What will say? Pani? Nahi, thirsty nahi to nahi. If you're thirsty, okay, thoda pani chalega. But imagine instead of pani, you get lassi. Pani ki jagah lassi de diya. What you will do? You are thirsty? No, you will not say nahi. Thirst nahi hai. Oh, you'll drink. Similarly, khana doge to bhook nahi hai. On the other hand, you give some samosa, patties, gulab jamun. Bhook nahi, फिर भी खाएंगे. Why? It's tasty. It's tasty, you eat. So the elephant and she elephant come because the water is very, very fragrant and very tasty. Last words for today. Arhema Maharatna Vimana Shatasankulam Jushtam Punyajana Stribhir Yathakam Shatadidghanam.
The airplanes of the heavenly denizens are bedecked with pearls, gold, and many valuable jewels. The heavenly denizens are compared to the clouds in the sky, decorated with occasional flashes of electric lightning.
Yeah, बिजली की तरह वो लोग चमकते हैं. They are having very effulgent bodies. And their aeroplanes are also made of gold, pearls, and so many valuable jewels. That's how their aeroplanes are. Yeah, purport?
The airplanes described in this verse are different from the airplanes of which we have experience. In the Srimad Bhagavatam and all the Vedic literatures, there are many descriptions of Vimana, which means airplanes. On different planets, there are different kinds of airplanes. On this closed planet Earth, there are airplanes run by machine, but on the other planets, the airplanes are run not by machine but by mantric teams. They are also used specifically for enjoyment by the denizens of the heavenly planet, so that they can go from one planet to another. On other planets, which is called Siddhalokas, the denizens can travel from one planet to another without airplanes. The beautiful airplanes from the heavenly planets are compared here to the sky because they fly in the sky. The passengers are compared to the clouds, the beautiful damsels, the wives of the denizens of the heavenly planets are compared to the lightning. In summation, the airplanes with their passengers, which came from higher planets to Kailash, were very pleasant to look at.
Hare Krishna. So this is not the aeroplane that we see. Cabin crew. This is another Viman. We are staying in Viman Nagar. Just cross this road, what comes? Viman Nagar. You don't see Viman on the Viman Nagar. Viman sometimes are seen coming down. We can see the airport. Very close. Yeah. So different planets have different aeroplanes. Alag aeroplanes. Earth planets, there are aeroplanes which are run by petrol. Whereas other planets, the aeroplanes are run by mantras. There is one more aeroplane which Ravan had captured from Kuvera. What is that? Pushpaka Viman. Pushpaka Viman went at what speed? The speed of mind. However fast the mind can travel, that much faster it will go. Because Lord Ram was worried, hey, the day is going to arrive. I'm supposed to reach back, otherwise Bharat will commit suicide. He will enter into fire and commit suicide. How to go? That time Vibhishan says, don't worry, Lord. We have Pushpak Viman. This Ravan, this fellow, my elder brother, he had looted from Kuber. लूटा था उसने. उसको लेके जाइए. So it will go. There is no petrol. कहाँ से लाएंगे? Where is the petrol station? No petrol. It runs on Mantras. This is a mantra technology. You can see this is all material technology. There's nothing spiritual in this. These are all material technologies. But in Kali Yuga, none of these mantras work. Only one mantra works. What is that? Maha Mantra. Only Maha Mantra works here. On the other planets, which are called Siddha Lokas, the Dennis says, yeah, in Siddha Lokas, they don't even need aeroplanes. No need of aeroplanes. They have a special formula. G is equal to 9.81 meter per second square. So their technology, they adjust the G equal to 0. G is equal to 0. So how we walk like that, they can fly. Because G equal to 0 for them. Correct? So mantras are technology. They also recite the mantras only. There's a mantra to activate the Lagima Shakti. If you go to many ancient temples, there are big rocks which are put on the top. There are no cranes which can lift so big rocks. So how they have done that? They actually through mantra only. Through mantra they put G equal to 0 for that particular piece mass. G equal to 0, anyone can lift. Child can also lift. If G is equal to 0, weight is equal to mass into acceleration of gravity. mg we say, right? W is equal to mg. So if G is 0, weight is 0. You give this question in IIT JEE mains. It should come. Yeah. So the aeroplanes are also compared to sky. The passengers are compared to clouds. The wives are compared to lightning. So all the aeroplanes were parked there. Oh, even demigods were fascinated to see these aeroplanes also. And how are demigods traveling? They are also traveling in aeroplanes only. All of them travel in airplanes. Demigods don't need airplanes, but they travel in airplanes. Okay, so we have covered till shloka number 27 today. And next week we'll continue from 28. Thank you all very much for... Acha. Yeah. It's being live streamed.
But he's not able to join.
Oh, no problem.
Okay.
Your question now.
Considering Srimad Bhagavatam portrays Shiva as neither a demigod nor a god, but rather the foremost Vaishnava, devotee of Vishnu. And while advocating Bhakti Yoga, devotion as the supreme path, still categorizes Shiva's worship as Rajasic, passionate mode. How can we reconcile this apparent contradiction? Does this suggest different paths within Bhakti Yoga, each with their own merits and potential limitations?
Okay. Shiva is the topmost Vaishnava, and Shiva is also the topmost demigod. That's why it's called Mahadev. So Bhagavatam clearly says Shiva is also a Devata, but he's Mahadev. Because he's, there's a TV serial also, Dev, Mahadev. Yes, because they all go to him for help. Now Shiva has taken in chargeship of a particular class of people. Yes, there are particular class of people who are tamasic by nature. It's not Rajasic his worship. His worship comes as tamasic. Because Shiva worship involves 5 M's. If your Shiva worship, one has to do Mamsa, eating flesh, Matsya, eating fish, Madira, drinking wine, Mura, eating the starched rice. If you eat starched rice, there is also intoxication. And finally, Maithuna. So this is what is involved in that worship. It's a very ignorant kind of worship. So it's not ignorant worship, rather it's worship meant for ignorant people. So people anyway they are in ignorance and they need some person to worship. So Shiva accommodates them. Bhutas, Pishachas and Pretas, these all people are his associates. He's putting Shamshana's ashes on his body so that other people, Bhut, Pret, Pishacha think, अरे अपना बिरादरी का है, अपना आदमी है, चलो इसके साथ रहते हैं हम लोग, we'll be with them. So he attracts them and then he delivers them. So there are people anyway who are attached to this tamasic kind of worship. They are attached to tamasic kind of lifestyle. So Shastra still okay, there's a tamasic worship also available. Achha? So at least they accept some authority. And gradually they are purified. Vedas are actually meant to bring everybody to a civilized life. So those who are anyway uncivilized, these people are gradually brought to civilized form of life. Is that okay?
How to say Shiva's followers और पर्सपेक्टिव कैसा होना चाहिए क्योंकि फैमिली प्रेशर की वजह से कभी-कभी मुझे बैठना पड़ता है.
Yeah, it's okay. You pray to Shiva that, oh, you are the topmost Vaishnava. You please give me pure bhakti. Make me a devotee like you. See, even if you see Ravana, Shurpanaka, Kumbhakaran, and Vibhishan also sits. Vibhishan also sits and all 4 are worshipping Brahma. Vibhishan doesn't say, sorry, मैं ब्रह्मा को worship नहीं करूंगा. Ravan would have slapped him. चुपचाप बैठ के कर. We also worship. All of them worship Brahma. Then Brahma comes. Then what does Vibhishan ask? He asks Brahma that the person whose devotee I am, and the person whom I love in my heart the most, let my love for him increase more. And Brahma is very pleased. And then he gives him Rama mantra. You chant Ram Nam. Because your person whom you love the most, they were speaking coded language. Ravana was wondering, kya chal raha hai? He'll come as Rama. So you chant Ram Nam, you will get his darshan. And you'll get service also in this life. So we happen to sit, no problem. We can sit. With family pressure, we can sit. Vibhishan also had family pressure. बैठना मेरे दो भाई और एक बहन बैठी है, मुझे भी बैठना पड़ेगा. He sat and he worshipped and he got the result. He got bhakti. He got mantra of Ram. ठीक है. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय. जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की, समस्त गौर भक्त वृंद